What do you think is the most important detail of your computer? There is no doubt that the majority will name the central processor. Now say, what detail is the most insignificant? Difficult question. I'm sure many will say that this is the CPU heatsink, and some won't even recall it. Meanwhile, the function of a computer depends directly on this insignificant detail. It's no secret that the insufficient cooling of the processor may cause its unstable operation and reduce its life. If the heatsink fan unexpectedly stops, a modern processor will overheat catastrophically. This can damage not only the CPU, but also the motherboard and the power supply. Nevertheless, hardly anyone buying or upgrading a computer pays much attention to choosing a CPU heatsink. We are generally satisfied with any model, and it's a big mistake. Now the choice of heatsinks is rich enough, and almost any company offers several models at different prices. Still, how do you choose a heatsink? Gone are the days when processor could function with a small aluminum heatsink or without any heatsink at all. Now any powerful processor from AMD or Intel heats up significantly. Celeron processors produce less than 20 watts, and for Pentium 3 this value is approximately 30 watts. Endurance produces 40 watts, and the newest Athlon even 70 watts. In order to get rid of this energy, we need a large heatsink with a fan. The faster the processor works, the more power it consumes, and the more it heats up. If the heatsink at the top of the CPU does not function properly and does not dissipate heat effectively, then the CPU overheats and stops working. I should note that the phrase "stops working" does not mean that the processor breaks down. Most heatsinks still don't allow the processor to heat up till it burns. But if you ever decide to use a modern CPU without a heatsink, then you'll probably have to buy a new processor soon. Athlon and Duron processors will fail in seconds. Usually this happens when a happy owner turns the computer on without noticing that the heatsink isn't installed properly and in fact does not touch the processor. Please note that installing an inappropriate heatsink and not installing it at all are different things. In the first case, the system will simply falter often. In order to solve this problem, you need to enhance ventilation inside the package and/or replace the heatsink with a more powerful one. If the heatsink you have chosen looks nice, is wrapped in a stylish, colorful package and costs a fortune, that doesn't mean it is good. Sometimes it is difficult to install a heatsink on a connector. Even worse, you can break your processor while installing a heatsink if the fasteners cause too much pressure. Such product can hardly be considered a good purchase. The quality characteristic of any cooling system is its thermal resistance expressed in Celsius watts. The thermal resistance of 1 Celsius watt means that the device becomes 1 Celsius warmer, then the power increases by 1 watt. The lower the thermal resistance, the better. If to find the thermal resistance you measure the temperature of one part of the heatsink, the result will be inaccurate. Even if the sensor is glued with epoxy resin to a special recess in the heatsink base, all you can find is the temperature of the heatsink. The worse the thermal contact between the heatsink and the processor, the better the figures for the heatsink temperature. For example, let's put a piece of wood between the heatsink and the processor. The heatsink will stay cold even when the processor burns. The heatsink function depends on the average CPU load, ventilation inside the package, the quality of fasteners. Sometimes spring fasteners lose their strength. It can also depend on how much thermal paste you used, on its quality, etc. Please be aware that the cooling performance is influenced by several factors. The first factor is the metal of which the radiator is made and the radiator design. The latest heatsink models come with copper or copper aluminum radiators, because copper has better thermal conductivity than aluminum. The design also affects the efficiency, as well as the radiator material. The latest innovation is using heat removal copper tubes. In this case, the radiator may be made of any metal, even of steel. The fan also affects the cooling process. What is important here is the airflow, which in its turn depends on the fan size and design. It should be noted that the rotation speed sometimes does not affect the cooling significantly. It can lower the temperature by a few degrees only. At the same time, the fan makes noise comparable to that of a plane taking off. Whatever the heatsink's efficiency is, where does it take heat? The answer is clear: inside the system unit. Heatsinks, video cards, hard drives, optical drives, radiators, chipsets, and other devices affect the temperature inside the package. All these devices are cooled with the same air from the system unit they heat. In conclusion, I'd like to recommend buying a processor with a larger package and installing an additional fan to get better air circulation.